Have you ever picked up a bottle of wine at the supermarket and turned it around to read the label and realized that you are not really understand what you are looking at? You see denomination, abbreviation, alcohol percentage, grape names, and in the end, you always choose based on the price, the design of the label, or someone else's advice. But the truth is that a wine label actually tells you a lot. The problem is that almost nobody has explained how they read it properly. So today I'm gonna show you what you're looking for on a wine label so you can understand much better what kind of you are about to drink. You don't need to be a sommelier, you just need to learn where to look. Hi, I'm Pietro from Podere la Marronaia. We are a family-run farm. We produce organic and biodynamic wine in San Gimignano. Some of our wine won also the Merano Wine Hunter Festival. If you're interested to the wine world, follow us and subscribe. The first thing to look is denomination, which is basically the official name of the wine. In Italy, you often see terms like DOC, DOCG or IGT. These indicate the level of regulation and the connection to a specific territory. For example, DOC means Denomination of Origin Control, which means that the wine comes from a specific area and follows specific rules for the production. DOCG is even more regulated, while IGT is more flexible and allow in the product more freedom. Just to give you an example, the Chianti, as you know, it's a DOCG wine. Instead, the Super Tuscan, where the creativity of the farmer creates the wine, it's an IGT. This doesn't automatically mean that a DOCG is always better than an IGT, but it does tell you something about where the wine comes from and how it was produced. Another important detail on the label is the vintage, the year the grapes were harvested. These matter a lot because the wine changes year for year. Weather conditions like temperature, rain, and wind affect how the grape grown and ripen. A warmer year may produce richer and fuller wine, while a cooler year may give wine that are fresher and more elegant. You are really looking at a snapshot of that particular year in the vineyard. Two wines with the same denomination can taste completely different if they are made by different producers. Some producers work in a very artisanal way, others in a more industrial way. Some focus on a natural farming, others in a more technical approach. Once you start to recognize the producer you like, choosing a good bottle becomes much easier. You are also always find the alcohol percentage on the label. This might seem like a technical detail, but it actually tells you something about the style of the wine. Generally speaking, wine around 11–12% of alcohol tend to be lighter and fresher. Wines around 14–15% tend to be richer and more structured. It doesn't mean that one is better than the other. It just gives you an idea of the kind of experience you might have in the glass. Sometimes the labels also show the grape varieties used to make the wine. For example, the Sangiovese, Merlot, Chardonnay, or the Vernaccia. Each grape has its own personality and typical aromas. Sangiovese often shows red fruits and lively acidity. The Vernaccia tend to be fresh and minerals. Over time, you start to recognize which grape variety you personally enjoyed most. You might also see other information on the label, such as organic certification, biodynamic farming, or terms like Riserva and superior. These generally indicate specific production rules or longer aged periods. They are not just marketing terms, but they always need to be interpreted in context, especially consider the producer and the style of the wine. At the same time, there are things on the label that you shouldn't really want to have. For example, medal awards or vague phrases like selected wine, family tradition, they are not necessarily misleading, but they don't always tell you something about the quality wine. Once you start reading wine labels with a little bit more awareness, the way you choose a bottle changes completely. You are no longer guided only by the price or the look of the label. Instead, you begin to understand where the wine comes from, who made it, and what kind of style you might expect. And that's the way you're choosing the wine much more interesting. A wine label is not just a formality, it's a small identity card for the wine inside the bottle. It tells you about the place, the year, the producer, and the style of the wine you are about to drink. But the more you learn to read these details, the more fascinating the wine becomes. Here at Marronaia, we believe that knowing what's behind the bottle makes the experience even richer. If you like to keep discovering wine in a simple and authentic way, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and come visit us in San Gimignano. We will guide you through the wine label and we tell you how to learn it and to read it. Cheers!